and today we'd like to introduce blueborn attack and one of the defending methods, packet filtering. We've divided our talk into 3 parts. First, we'll explain what blueborn is and how blueborn attack works. Then, we'll discuss some packet filtering method to deal with this problem. And after that, we'll look at the experimental results and our conclusion. Now let's get started. I believe many of you might be familiar with this app. Wait, how many of you have ever used this app? If you have ever used this app, please raise your hand. Okay, great. So for those who don't know this, let me talk about it. During the pandemic, this app plays a crucial role. It used Bluetooth to measure how far people were from each other and give us warning if we might have been too close to someone with COVID. Yeah. But here's something interesting. Did you know that being too close to someone else can potentially expose you not only to COVID, but also to blueborn attack? So, what is blueborn? Blueborn is a set of security vulnerabilities in Bluetooth. And these vulnerabilities arise because many manufacturers use their own communication methods in Bluetooth, but they are not secure enough. And certain devices, like our earbuds, can't do proper verification. So these problems happen. Yeah. It enables malicious access to systems without physical interacting with the target. And then attackers can steal data, conduct man-in-the-middle attacks, and do something bad as long as your Bluetooth is on. And it was found in several operating systems, including Android, iOS, Linux, and Windows. More than 5 billion devices are impacted. Because we use Bluetooth almost every day, and my keyboard, mouse, and earbuds are all using Bluetooth, so we think it's a worth discussing topic. Now we know what's blueborn, and the blueborn attack just means that hackers use blueborn vulnerabilities to attack you. It has several stages. For instance, let's consider Android devices. There are 4 vulnerabilities. CVE 2017-07A1 and 07A2 allow remote code executions, and 7A5 result in information leaks like stake heap for your program's addresses, and 7A3 allow the attacker perform man-in-the-middle attacks. And I will use 07A1 and 7A5 to explain the attack process. Firstly, hackers have to know the address of the target. Many users always leave their Bluetooth enabled, so attackers can scan and get the device's MAC address. When they get the address, they will use the 07A5 vulnerability to extract crucial information from the device's memory, including essential pointers. This is the diagram of memory, and these pointers help them calculate the exact location to critical functions like system. With this information, attackers can create specific packets for the operating system. This package carries hidden codes and gets sent to the device and setting into the memory without detecting. And here is where 07A1 comes in handy. It triggers a heap overflow, making space to override the return address. And then they can execute the malicious code. At this stage, the attackers can choose to create a man-in-the-middle attack or take over the device and use it for another purpose, like DDoS or something else. That's how the Blueborn attack works. Next, my partner will discuss the solution of this problem.
And then we are going to introduce a framework called BAPM. It is used to defend Blueborn vulnerability by setting rules and firewalls to filter the harmful packets. The framework has the ability to recognize and delete these problematic packets after giving it the accurate place and layer of the vulnerability. The first packet filter is applied to defend CVE 2017-0785 vulnerability. The algorithm filters the illegal packets. So if a packet has an empty C state and it is present, then we will filter it. C state is list of the black bit of packets. First packet sent has no C state flag for Blueborn packets. The second situation we have to filter the packet is list of maximum attribute bytes equals 0, and it has been sent repeatedly. The packets will be sent repeatedly to get more information by hackers, and the output will be a list of legal packets that is safe to send. We can see the experimental result of the algorithm. Horizontal axis represents times and vertical axis represents the number of packets. The total packet sent is 2,000. The packets blocked have an obvious increase along with the times. At the last time of simulation, about 98% harmful packets are blocked by the algorithm. The next process is the filter to protect devices from CVE 2017-0781 vulnerability. The algorithm filter the packets that their bit 7 of BNEP type equals 1, extension bit equals 1, and control type equals 1, or the packets that are sent repeatedly. Their length bit will be 0. Then we can see the experimental result of the algorithm. The packets blocked have an increase along with the times, but the increase is not such obvious compared with the previous one. Since this filter has 2 steps to recognize the common process, this filtering process costs higher and longer time than the first filter. However, under the defending process of the loophole, this part of filter has a higher utility. And then this is the experiment about the delay time before and after the filter is installed. There is a recording process of the harmful packets. Thus, at the beginning of the process, the delay is longer. The lower the delay is, the better quality the network will be. In this figure, at the beginning of the filtering process, the delay reaches over 50 milliseconds, while the origin delay is about 15 milliseconds. As harmful packet characters are recorded, the delay down to only 20 milliseconds at the end of the test. With more packets received, the delay time drops and lies into the acceptable zone. In conclusion, in all, the filter based on the proposed model works quite well under normal conditions of the blockchain input packets of Blueborn attack. Over 90% of the recognizable packets can be filtered out by the algorithm. The statistics about the proportion of packets that are filtered out and delay time for the filter process, showing the outstanding result of this model. For future work, though successfully filter out most of the packets, there are still some packets that are not recognized as harmful. The characteristics of certain packets are mixed up with the normal packets, and in this model, it's not practical to figure them out. The packet filter is only the halfway method to treat these loopholes. The final solution should be given to fix these loopholes in the kernel of the Android system. Thank you.
Any questions? The next group come here to prepare. No, the first. Any questions? No? So, well, I have a question about the solution. So, my guess is that if the package is sent several times, you will recognize it as like an packet. But how can you ensure the send packet is the packet? Like it has a list or something. Or just recognize that we send it several times. That's it. So if I change it, some bits, little bit, then you won't recognize it. Okay. It sounds like
Hello, we are group 17, and we are here to talk about the blockchain bridge attack. You know, blockchain is the tech behind all the cryptocurrency and all the cryptocurrencies blockchain and unique. So let's just talk about the blockchain bridge first. What is a blockchain bridge? What is a blockchain bridge is you can help communicate between two independent blockchains. We all know that each cryptocurrency has its own blockchain. Between different blockchains, there are no connections. But let's say if you want to change your Bitcoin into real money, or Bitcoin into Ethereum, or something like that. So this is when the blockchain bridge comes in. You need the blockchain bridge here to transfer into different kind of money. Like let's put let's give an example. It's like maybe you change your Taiwanese dollar into US dollar. Then you need to go to a bank to change it. So this is like a bank, that kind of thing. And because of blockchain is a decentralized financial, so there are many people using their own devices to make sure that its exchange is safe. So this process will cost a lot of fee, and by their own blockchain's methods, they will cost a lot of fee. But by using another blockchain bridge facility, they will cost a lesser fee. So you can do this trade in more times with less money. And so, how does the blockchain bridge work? So when you send a coin, the crypto coin will be locked in a specific smart contract. So this smart contract will be locked and sent in a package, like a package, and the corresponding wrap tokens were created into another blockchain's place, and they will they will transfer their data over there and make money out of nothing. Like, this is the best place I can explain. But the difference is that because blockchain and blockchain are independent, so they cannot just send money from one blockchain to another blockchain. They have to take money from their own blockchain. So that means that if this trade never happens, so the money will never give it to you. So yeah, this is because they're independent. Okay, so how does a blockchain bridge attack happen? So we talked about the smart contract earlier. So when this smart contract is saved by one dealer to another dealer, but there's also a person who is like the guardian. The guardian will take the smart contract as their own private key. So they need to make sure that both ends has the money to afford the contract. But if the smart contract was defected or it was out of range, then the hacker might be able to use it to just defect everything and ruin the trade. So these guardians are also known as the trusted relayers. And they're just based on honesty majority. So you don't know, maybe if they are hackers or something, then they will just take the money away. So if the relayers are hacked, then the security problem will be caused. Okay, so here will be some safer options for bridge building. Also, we know bridge is not in between. Bridge are happen in between blockchains. So they are not the system of the block in the system of the independent blockchain. They are outside the system of the blockchain. So there are different ways to make sure that this contract is given in a much safer way. So like we have a hash lock. Like this hash lock is offered as like when you send a message to B and you just mess the key up, and then you just send this mash up key to only to the person you want to trade with. So this smart contract will only be in between A and B. Then you can make it safe. So another one is time lock. So just make it easy to understand. This is just another time, just a time limit for B to respond. Okay, so let's see some famous bridge attacks that happened recently. Okay, so let's talk about the Poly network attack first. The Poly network attack occurs in 2021 August, and it was happened because someone just randomly, when they are trading, they found a loss. Let's say a loss in the Poly network bridge. There's a bug, a kind of bug, and then he gets brute force, and then use different liquid accounts, and he just takes a lot of money from different people. And then the problem is this $600 million of US dollars never really get lost. It's just the person who steal a lot of money just want to send all kinds of different messages to a group. So maybe he sends the money to charity, and he sends the money to other people, maybe help him, and then he sends most of the money back to Poly Network, the bridge company. But the problem is he just cannot take all this money out from his account, because if he takes out account, the police of their local maybe just take him away and just define it as a financial crime. But he never really take this money out. These are still digital data, so the police just leave him alone. He's not. He did take all this money into his account, but he never get to use all this money, so he didn't confess a crime. But this is still a big hole in the Poly network's source code of their company. So that's just, I think, there's not enough time for more teaching. So let's talk about wormhole at last. Okay, so the wormhole is like, let's take an example. So when in the old times, when people need to trade money, for example, they need to take money from London to Germany, from England to Germany. But there's no way you can carry a lot of gold coins with you all the time. But you still want to bring your money to the place you want to go. So you went to the local dealer, and the dealer gives you an exchange to make sure that you have this money, so that you can go to a local place and take the money out. But there's people who will make sure that this deal is correct. But this deal, the people who make sure that this deal is correct was not really the person who should do this, because they just contract another person who also has a dealer's license or something, and then the hacker just take his friend who is also has a dealer's license and take him with a fake ID. It was a fake note, and a fake note is given to the dealer. Say, okay, I have this money, and my friend over here can help me make sure that this is real. And then the dealer just gives him money. The dealer is giving money, and then the dealer, and he said, oh, I'm going to leave now, so I want to give the money and change it into another contract. So the dealer just gave him a real contract with real money. So and then he just go back to his local place and then just exchange all this money into real money. And this is real financial crime that cost $3 million of loss to Eritrea. Okay, so this is our presentation. Thank you. What is our reference?
Next group prepare questions.
No, there's not actually a company. There's a company who invented the source code, but the source code is maintained by a group of people, not only just the company, but also by other people who can maintain the source code.
Questions? So I don't understand the bridge part. So you say, let's say one Bitcoin mines Ethereum, and Bitcoin has no framework of the smart contract. Right? So how they exchange their money?
And the smart contract is developed by the bridge company.
So the bridge company will be responsible for examining the contract, setting up the contract, and examining the contract.
Yeah. So this is.
And this company has both accounts, like on the Bitcoin network and the Ethereum.
Yes.
Okay. So everyone, so if I want to have this service, I need to have account, at least account in this bridge network.
Yes.
I see. So, and this network is just responsible for do this trade-off.
Yeah, they can do multiple different trade-offs from different blockchains.
I see. And who pay the fee in this case? So in the network itself, you have some transition fee.
Transition fee. Yeah. The network itself fee is mostly, I think we didn't make sure that, but I think it's like the developers may set some ads on the website. So this is how they make money. And the transition fee is also paid to the company too.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, let's do.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Zhu Xunwei, and this is my team member Yang Weirong. Today we are going to introduce a topic of malicious browser extensions and also some case studies and analysis solutions of some examples. And the topic of the paper is malicious browser extensions, a growing threat, a case study on Google Chrome, ongoing work in progress. Okay. So first we'll do some introduction of paper contribution and also introduce browser extension and how it will work. Next we will introduce malicious browser extensions listed in paper and also existing solutions and some discussions. So the contributions of the paper is that the paper identification and detailed presentation of some sophisticated attacks by Chrome extensions, and also give the reasons of malicious extension-based attacks on web browsers, and gives possible solutions for browser development companies, antiviruses, and third parties. So what is browser extensions? In my opinion, it's something that can make life more easier, such as AdBlock, which can provide distracted-free, like YouTube. When you watch YouTube, you will not distracted by the ads, or when you just view some paragraph, you will not distracted by ads. And also, there are some translated tools and grammar check tools, such as Google Translate or Grammarly, which can provide convenient read and write when you use foreign languages. And there are some password storage tools which can make it more convenient, so that you need not to remember so complicated passwords. So browser extensions may not be always good. There are some annoying extensions or malicious extensions, like antiviruses extensions may pop up and stop you from visiting some websites, but you know that website is safety, but I think antiviruses don't think so. And there are some grammar check extensions like Grammarly will still pop up some green dots and notifying you the grammar is wrong or the spelling is wrong, but you need not to check the grammar. And there are some malicious extensions such as link redirect extensions, which may direct you to some malicious website or phishing websites. And password stolen extensions may fake as password remember extensions, but it will steal your password and send it to some services like attackers or something. So there are some definitions of browser extension, and a browser extension is a software model for customizing a web browser. The malicious browser extension will do some vulnerabilities or some attacks through the web browser, through the browser extensions. So I'm going to introduce how browser extensions work. So first, user will download extension on web stores or on the internet. Then the extensions will ask for permission, like access to cookies, bookmarks, or web browser history, and user gives the permission to it. The extensions will start working along with JavaScript and do some customize of the browser. It will interact with the browser and the user to create customized browser. So next we are going to introduce some malicious browser extension listed in paper. And the first is spying attacks. As for spying attacks, the extension will record everything the user do on the browser, including some credit card information or just login password and accounts. Also, everything you type on the keyboard or the mouse events. And those information, after collected, will be sent through network to the attacker. So including timestamps, the mouse events, and every keyboard event, those are credentials. And if the attacker can also get the web browser history with timestamps, the attacker can compare to and identify what is the login password and account to a specific website. After they log into the website, the attacker can do some phishing through social media, and they can be a full harm. So next, Weiron will introduce other malicious browser extensions.
So now I'm going to introduce the second attack methods of malicious Google Chrome extension, email spamming and email inbox spying. The first question may be how this type of malicious Google Chrome extension work. First, the hacker needs to make a Google Chrome extension with Gmail API, and then their application will ask user for permission to access Gmail content. For user who agree to this request, the hacker can use their account to read or write or send Gmails. So, in my opinion, the consenter not only puts themselves or other people in danger. Why? Imagine the owner of the extension is a hacker, so he or she can use your account to get private data and send it to malicious database. Moreover, he or she can also modify your Gmail content and generate phishing Gmails. So, for example, he can change the legal link in the Gmail to malicious ones with zombie virus. So, in the end, when user click on the malicious link, their computer will be infected by zombie virus. So when the numbers of computers infected with zombie virus is increasing, the hacker can create a botnet and they can raise a DDoS attack. And now I'm going to introduce the third attack methods of malicious Google Chrome extensions, mail advertising. Before more details, I think we should have a preliminary understanding about manifest files. Manifest file is the files that provide important information of Google Chrome extension. So let's take a brief look at two fields, the permission field and content script field. Permission field determine how much data extension can use. For example, with active permissions, extension can manipulate some trait of the web page. So in simple terms, it means that extension can change how the web page shows. And in content script field is that the JavaScript file in content script will be implanted into the web page. So maybe we can combine permission field and content field that when we get the permission of applicants, we can use JavaScript file in the content script to revise some trait and make a tag like we can find that we can change the legal link in the web page to malicious one. So when user click on it against their computer will be infected by by virus, or they will be redirected to the danger website. I think it is the same scenario as email spamming and email inbox spying. So after we have introduced three types of malicious Google Chrome extension, and now I'm going to introduce two existing solutions, and the first one is defense methods based on HTTP post methods. One day, I send my personal sensitive data to remote server for authentication purpose like login. However, I forgot to close my Google Chrome extension. If the owner of this Google Chrome extension is a bad guy, he can use his extension to get my sensitive data and send it to malicious database. So because I'm focused on if normal HTTP post method success is I login success. So I don't find that my sensitive data is big. So in this case, we can find that the main purpose of this method is to find if HTTP is to detect HTTP post method used by attack. So how can we do it? It is a very simple concept. Yes, you guys can see the pictures left hand side. This browser sends the night HTTP post request, and however, we can find that only 8 of them is sent to target server. So maybe we can just check if our HTTP post is sent to the target servers. If yes, continue. If no, we ban it. Yes, this is a very simple concept. And the right hand side is the algorithm of these methods. Yes, you can take a quick look. Okay, the next solution is statistical analysis plus dynamical analysis. Before move on, I think we should have a basic idea of statistical analysis and dynamical analysis. Statistical analysis is that we scan through an extension's manifest permissions, content script, background page, and CSS file to identify potential security threat. In simple terms, it means that we scan through all the code files and find potential security threat. And dynamical analysis is that we actually run them in the sandbox environment to observe their behavior to find security threat. And in simple terms, again, it just means we run the code and find security threat. In the paper we introduced, it just mentioned the idea of statistical analysis and dynamical analysis. However, in other paper, we found someone implement this concept and make a model. Yes, and I quickly introduce this model. First, the authors performed statistical analysis and dynamical analysis, and then they extract feature. And then they use machine learning technique to find most important feature subset. And finally, they train this model. And these models can distinguish malicious Chrome extensions from benign one. So like the picture left-hand side, if we input unknown extension, and this model can tell us if it is a malicious Google Chrome extension or it is a benign one. However, in the end of this paper, it also mentions some existing challenges. For example, we cannot list all the dangers, so there may be some that slips through the cracks. Okay, and this is the last part of our presentations. This article can be divided into 2 parts. The first part is to list and introduce mail extension attack methods. So we introduce spying attack, mail advertising, and email spamming, and email inbox spying. And then this article list some existing solution and give audience some suggestion like statistical analysis plus dynamical analysis or defense measures based on HTTP post methods. And in our opinion, we think this paper is very important. In a paper discovering vulnerabilities in the web browser extension contained by Google Chrome 2023, men showed how popular the Google Chrome extension are and how dangerous the malicious Google Chrome extensions are. So, in my opinion, it is very important to raise everyone's awareness on malicious Google Chrome extensions. And fortunately, this paper points matter attack methods and give suggestions so reader can understand the whole situation very quickly. So yes, this is the end of our presentations, and this is our reference. I hope you guys can have a better understanding on malicious Google Chrome extensions, and thanks for listening.
Questions?
No question. I'm afraid.
Any questions? Next group come. What's the group number?
14.
Hello, this is group number 7, and we are going to talk about the steganography. And this is our online, and we are going to introduce what is steganography first, and some ways to apply the steganography. And what is steganography? Steganography is a technique that hides a message into another message, like audio, image, or something else. Why do we want to do that? Because we want to hide we are secret messaging. We want to hide we are messaging to someone, or we are going to something that can't tell everyone. And so we want to fake this message like the normal message. And by the way, the steganography is derived in steganos is in Greek. It means hidden and convert. What is the difference between encryption and steganography? It sounds similar that encryption is also hide something into unknown, but steganography is want to hide. We are messaging the thing itself. We don't want to let anyone know we are messaging. So the encryption is the way to hide message, while the steganography is the way to hide message into other message. It's obvious we are secret messaging when we use encryption. If Alice sends Bob ciphertext, it is obvious that we are talking something that we don't want anyone to know. But if we use steganography, we will hide like words into imagine. And if Alice sends Bob like a video, if we don't know we are secret messaging. So encryption is making message unknown, but the steganography is like fake the messaging into the normal message, so no one will know. So the encryption relies on the key, while the steganography relies on the embedding way that we don't want anyone to know. So here's the example of steganography. Example 1 is we are hiding the 0 and 1 into the words. If we draw a line into the bottom of the words, we will see that there's some height difference. If we make the higher one means 0 and the lower one means 1, we can hide some message into the looks like normal letter, but there's another message into this letter. And another example is called, everybody will know, it's called the acrostic. Like we can see the first word. The first word is, it looks like normal book, but if we see the first word, it's never going to give you up. It's something hide into another one. And this is applied into the paper and pen. If we apply some the digital way, we can make more ways to hide message. Like example 1, this is the picture of making audio into the image. Have everyone played this one before? Like hiding message into the audio, but if we display the audio into image, we can see the hello here. But in the ears, it sounds no difference before and after the hiding message. This is another way of steganography. And another example is the virus. We can hide virus into the email or HTML files. So the hacker will let you to click the link or the email or download something bad. So the virus will come into your computer. This is another example of steganography. So what is motivation? Motivation is we want to hide real secret messaging. And why? If we are war, then hiding the secret messaging is important. So this is a motivation of the steganography is coming up. So often we can see the steganography in the war. Nowadays we are not seeing the war now, but we can see like a computer virus or something else hiding in the email or HTML. Another way is sign on the picture, but the sign is unseen, like a watermark, but the watermark cannot be seen in an obvious way. We need to decode it to find out there's a watermark. So what is the target? The main target is since we don't want everyone to know we are the secret messaging. So this is something way to focus on. Some targets we all need to focus on. The first is impossibility. The impossibility means we cannot let human see this. There's something hiding in this. It's obvious, right? Another target is that we don't want the computer see the difference. So there's another word like called steganography resistance, which means we don't want the algorithm or the computer see there's something hiding in this. These two are our main target. And else targets are like if we send the picture if Alice sends Bob a picture using Facebook, and we all know that Facebook will decrease the image quality. Is this going to affect our messaging hiding in this image? And we don't want that to let the lower quality affect our messaging. So the robustness, right? The robustness is the word which means we don't the number that the error we want this image to handle, to withstand the errors in the input. And another word is called reusability, which means we want to the message hiding in this image can be reversed to the normal one, just like sent out before. Like we want to hide hello in the image, and after reverse, we still want to see hello in this image. And these are our targets. And first, how to apply this steganography. The first way we are going to introduce is LSB, which means least significant bits. In the literal meanings, we use the least bits to hide the message. we use, as we know, the image is made by pixels, and pixels can be 0 and 1s. We use this 0 and 1's last bit to hide the message. In example, if we use 1 means black and 0 means white, we can hide the QR code into the image and still can see the difference by human, because the pixel is affect 1 is cannot be seen in humans. Another way is we can not only hide the QR code, we can also hide the words. For example, the A to Z has their ASCII code, and we can hide hello, HELL, into the image. The last bit can be like this, 0, 1. We can let them to be aligned and hide this into the first pixel to the last pixel, and we can hide the hello in this picture. And it's always it's easy to hide but easy to attack. It's too easy to detect by AI or some algorithm, so it's not that good. And it can still detect it by statistics, which means since we affect the last bit, change the last bit. If we all know that the last bit is random, so it might be number 0 and number 1 should be 50-50. So if we change the last bit, it should be like 60-40 or 70-30. It's obvious that something is in the image. And another is that there's no randomness. If we use the picture on the below, if we use the Genius screenshot way to screenshot the image, everything is blown up. There's nothing hiding in the image right now. So since it can be affected by AI, so why not we use AI to generate the hiding message? So we are going to talk about the GAN, Generative Adversarial Network. It's a way to use AI. And the literal meaning, adversarial, we want to let generator and discriminator to fight each other, and both will grow up. This is GAN-Works, and how to use it in the steganography. And we can first make the discriminator to detect if there's any data hiding in the image, and the generator generate the hiding data, and that these two models fight each other to grow up. So there's a way to apply the GAN. First, we hide the image into another image, hiding in the white channel, which means the white channel means let's see. The white channel is a way to display the image in digital way. It names YUV, and Y means the brightness of the image. We can hide the image into this white channel. So here's the common image, and we want to hide the below image into the cover image into the white channel. There's a concept, since we use the AI, so we can only use AI to hide the images. So AI is not how to say it? AI is not that useful. So there are some cons of GAN. First is low interpretability. AI cannot see the difference, but human can. This is something weird, but it's real. We can see the first below. This is original cover, and this is reconstruct cover, reconstruct image. We can see there's something difference. It's obvious there are some difference between these two. So human can see it easily. Human can find the difference easily. And there's another cons of GAN is low reversibility, and we cannot reverse the image safely. since there are something lost into the image. So there are some changes of GN. How to fix it? Since we are only detect on the 2 loss. So right now we add more parameters into the loss function. We can add more details into the loss function of the generator. So how to improve that? We can add 3 more functions into the generator. First, we can. It looks complex, but the first function means the luminance, and the second function means the contract, and the third function means the structure. The lower value it is, the lower difference 2 pictures have. So we want the function's value the lower the best. Sorry. So here's the result of applying these 3 functions. The upper one is the before, and the lower one is the after. We can see that there are a lot improved into these 2 functions. The rightest image, we can see it as the result minus the original picture. We can see that here are lower difference between 2 pictures. So we can see the result is better and better. So the conclusion is the steganography's keys of steganography is we are going to convert the communication, and humans and AI cannot find the message hiding in this, and lower loss at the same time. We don't want to lose our information into when we are hiding. So pros of GN into steganography is a more efficient way, since we are going to lower it cannot be detected by the normal way, like the human or some normal algorithm or something else, and increase the difficulty of discovering the combination in the picture. So here's our reference, and thanks for listening to the presentation.
Any questions?
I wonder how do they present discriminator
the two generator and the discriminator is both depend on the CNN, and how we train it is based on the CNN weight, and the CNN need a loss function, and the loss function. The loss function of the GNN is listed on this. Ignore the lambda multiplied L, and I just simply explain the function. The first one is we need to. The first one is for the discriminator, and I simply told it. It's just a function like. It's just a loss function, and the discriminator will depend on this loss function, and you want to maximize the loss function, and the generator way is to minimize the loss function value. This enough to explain it. And like the AI needs a loss function to training. And this is the loss function of the GN.
So, is it possible that the discriminator can discriminate any of the fake
After the training, we can see discriminator as a improved loss function. And the loss function will limit to some value. So it will have some limit that the discriminator can find all tell the difference of the data. Yes. Any other problem?
Any other questions?
No?